Hi Libra, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your April 2021 money and career reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be linked and listed in the description box below. Now, before I begin this reading and clear the energy space, once again a reminder not to be scammed by anybody in the comment box offering you a reading. This person is not me. They are a scammer. Do not be scammed. All right, with that said, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right. Let's let the bulls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Libra. April 2021, money and career, Libra. April 2021, money and career, Libra. April 2021, money and career, Libra. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly, guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. Ooh. Let me move this over so that you can see everything a bit better. Actually, let me move my camera back a bit for you guys. Okay, perfect. Fantastic. Now let's see what your chakra energy is for this time. Libra. April 2021, money and career, Libra. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, show me clearly. Okay, these three. Oh, that's intense. And then, of course, the energy we need to be mindful of during this time. What is the energy that Libra needs to be mindful of? April 2021, money and career, Libra. What is the energy Libra needs to be mindful of? April 2021, money and career, Libra. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Fantastic. Okay. So just going to place these right here. And this one right here. Okay. So let's see what the tarot has to say. And I just want to stop for a moment and look at the back of these. They're so pretty, these cards. Okay. Done gushing. We are crowned with the Ace of Pentacles, which is what we want to be crowned with in a money and career reading. So prosperity, coming forward, planting seeds, bounty, harvest. We have the Tower. This could be a 16-year cycle coming to an end, but there is definitely a being pushed out of your comfort zone. The Moon, it moves us towards fears. It does. So we're having to face these fears, and we don't want to because nobody ever wants to face what we are afraid of. We then have the Lovers. Well, the Moon also represents Pisces energy, time frame February 19th to March 20th. The Lovers is Gemini energy. May 21st to June 20th is the time frame here. It's falling in love. It's also knowing that there's going to be more than one way to do things during this time. The Eight of Pentacles is hard work, paying off. And then we have the Two of Wands. We start to see ourselves being able to move forward. There was a stagnation here for quite some time. And we might have questions like, can I move forward? Can I go after what I want? You know, am I going to be able to achieve my goals? The answer is yes. The answer is, though, that it's going to be different than the way that you had originally thought. So if you are kind of like married to a plan and thinking, this has to be it has to be done just like this, you will find yourself to be stuck longer. This is a time where we have to start thinking outside of the box, start looking at things really differently, and also really kind of like, where are my strengths? What is it that I desire? Where is it that I want to be? How is it that I want to move forward? And looking at that with honesty for us, not for everybody else, but for us. The chakra energy for this time, we have creativity and inspiration, which is the sacral chakra coming through very intensely. So there is this need for the creative energy within us to be able to flow through us and really to inspire us. And what's important here is that if we have our sacral chakra blocked, we will not be able to move forward because the sacral chakra holds our creativity. So with the creativity and inspiration, our creativity is going to be inspiring us. It's going to be helping us look at things in a different way, embrace, a greater truth, a greater idea. More of what we want starts coming forward. And that's going to be a place that we really need to embrace and embody during this time. The sacral chakra, again, it holds creativity. It also holds sexual energy. So we need to have a release for ourselves. And it can be through exercise, it can be through meditation, but it has to be a way that we start to really be in tuned and embracing our bodies. There can also be a need to seeing, am I in balance? And a really simple way, which I have just learned to be able to do this, is to see if you can kind of balance on one foot. So you could do a simple yoga move to see if you're in balance, or you could do yoga. But you could also just stand up, and after you've kind of brushed your teeth and woken up for the day, just stand on one foot. See if your body is in balance. See if you're a bit shaky. And then look at things and say, okay, I'm out of balance. Why? And connecting with our sacral chakra, connecting with our creativity, that is going to be so important to ourselves during this time, to move us in the direction that we want to move in, to be able to claim what we've forgotten is rightfully ours. And then forgiveness comes forward, the heart chakra. Now we also have the Lovers here. So the heart plays a really big part during this time. We also have, 3 major arcana cards. So half of the cards during this time are major arcana. So this isn't a time that plays around. This is a time that kind of hits heavy. It hits hard. It makes us look at things that we don't want to look at. And the forgiveness is forgiving ourselves for not being where we thought we would be, for getting overwhelmed, for making mistakes, for anything. It can be a myriad of things. It can be, okay, I'm really successful, but I've neglected this area of my life, or I have a really good, personal life, but I've neglected the career that I thought I would have. And we have to know here that divinity is guiding us. And when we start to forgive ourselves for not living up to our own expectations, we have to say, what did divinity and what does divinity want from me? We can forgive others. Yes, that's great. And that really does help us. But to forgive ourselves, to embrace our hearts and our inspirations and our desires, that's going to be the game changer during this time. And that's really going to be what moves us into a new arena of being. Now, the energy that we have to be mindful of is the Queen of Wands. This is work, okay? Wands equal work. It equals creativity. The wands are showing us here that there is going to be somebody who is rather bossy, who doesn't mind, kind of pushing you out of the way and saying, I'll take over, I got this. And they'll usually do this right at the point where everything starts to run smoothly. And that is going to get you so annoyed because it goes against your fundamental aspect of justice, Libra. You want things to be balanced, but you also want things to be just. You want things to be fair. This person doesn't care about that. This person cares about kind of stroking their own ego, moving forward in the way that they believe that it's best, whether it is best or not. They are going to be very kind of single-minded in a way that makes you very frustrated because you're going to be like, no, look at this. No, see this. Like, open up your eyes. There's so much more here. But they want it done their way, and they want it done now. This can also lead to a bit of a battle. And during this time, that's really not something that you need because this person will attack you where you are weakest. That's just how they operate. And so during this time, if you do find yourself in a battle with somebody saying, no, I put in the hard work, I put in the time, I put in the effort, have receipts. Have receipts so it's not really an argument. Have receipts so that you can say ABC, like, I lined it all up. Now, if you can't do that, if you're saying, Dane, I didn't want to keep a list, it seemed really petty, it's also being able to stand in conviction of your emotions, of yourself, of what you have been experiencing. So when you confront this person, or if you confront this person, and they go, well, you're really just overreacting, like, I can't believe you're being so crazy, okay, that they're just trying to undermine you, they're trying to negate everything that you're saying, they're trying to undermine you personally, and you go back to them and say, no, this is how we have to work together. We have to come together in this, or we can work separately, but I am staying in control of this. And you can word it in a better way, but it's going to be having to be rather fierce and rather logical with this person, and not feeding their kind of emotional fuel vacuum that they have going on, where they can kind of manipulate things to get what they want. You keep it very much to the facts, you keep it very much to where you're going in life, and you're going to take the wind right out of their sails. You're not going to give them the air that feeds their fire. The Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is prosperity. God, source, spirit, however you see the divine, the universe. We're crowned right here with that divinity handing us wealth. Now, it can be wealth. It can be something we value as much as money. It can even be a sense of step back. Step back and start connecting with yourself. Start connecting with what you want. We can get into the rat race of life and saying, oh, this is what successful is. This is what everybody does. And yet we feel ourselves slightly dying inside. This is a time to embrace what we want, what we need, who we are, where we're going, and to look at the seeds that we're planting within our life, the ambition that is driving us forward. And it brings us to the Tower, because we have experienced the tumbling down, the falling, the chaos, the anger, the upset. The Tower takes us out of our comfort zone completely. It's like, here's your comfort zone, and you're thrown all the way over there. And it can be devastating and can be completely overwhelming. The Tower is forcing us to focus on what is truly wanted, but also to focus on who we are, not where we want to be, not what other people want us to be, but who we are at this moment, at this time within our lives. Things have changed, and it's not always the easiest change that we are embracing, but it is a change that is going to lead us to a place we never thought we could be. And divinity wants us to be able to stand in ourselves, in our passion, in our coming together, in our truth, and say, this is what I want, this is what I desire, this is who I am. And I've walked from hell and back, and yet I'm still here. I'm still standing. I'm still powerful. I still have my voice. I know more than I did before. And that's going to come into handy, because we're facing our fears with the moon. The moon has our fears come forward, and it's like, well, I've lost everything before. What if I lose it again? I've gone through hard times. Can I go through this again? The fears start coming, and they don't stop coming. They try to trip us. They try to strangle us. They try to overwhelm us. And that's what life's about. Life is about looking at our fears and saying, I see you. I see you for what you are. And I'm not going to be ruled by you. You're not owning my life. I'm owning my life. The moon shines on us. It brings a reflection of the sun. It brings a reflection of our passion, of our desires, but in that quieter way that lets all the whispers come forward, lets all the doubts, all the negativity that was spoken over us, all the times that we have failed, overwhelm us, deny us. And the moon is saying we have to be stronger than our fears, because we make our fears now our allies, our greatest defenders. Because if we can face our fear and say, I see you, I hear you, I understand you, but I'm not ruled by you, then we become the game changer, and we start to see the roads opening up with the Lovers. The roads are opening up. We are moving forward in a way that we hadn't anticipated. It's falling in love once again with what we do, or it's bringing that love back into our lives. Work might just be work. It might be where we get our paycheck and we come home and we get to have a life and do what we enjoy. That can be work. But also, we can start to create. We can start to weave a bit of our souls and ourselves into things in such a way that it is astounding. That's the difference. And it doesn't matter if you're a neurosurgeon or if you work at a grocery store. It does not matter at all where you stand in the hierarchy of things. What matters is that you put your passion into it, that spark comes forward, that bit of magic that is the self, that is what we express, that is what we want, starts coming into our world, that bit of what we are. And it makes us fall in love with life. It makes us fall in love with ourselves. It makes what we do different than what the person does standing right next to us who's doing the same exact thing. Because there's a level of heart to it. There's a level of personal connection and enjoyment and understanding. And that's going to start to open up the doors because people are going to see you. And they're going to see the person standing right next to you doing the same thing. But because you have that passion, because you have that focus, because you have that sacral chakra creativity that is inspiring you, flowing through you, you start to see things differently, but you also stand out from the crowd. This is also saying there are going to be more ways to go forward than what was originally thought. And it can be, okay, I thought I could only do this. I thought I could only walk forward this way. I thought it was only going to be like this. And sure, that could be it. We might have seen the world through the eyes of our parents, through the eyes of our guardians, through the eyes of television, and thought, okay, that's it. But when we start to live it, when we start to embrace ourselves, we start to see that there are more ways forward. And during this time, especially Libra, there are going to be more ways forward than we had originally thought. And it's going to undo our balance. And that's not nice. We don't like that. But what it's also going to do is as it undoes our balance, as it doesn't make things as clear as we would like them to be, it tests us, it pushes us, it has us looking at things very differently. It's that, Taoist statement of this and that is true. There's no one way to doing it. So why are we putting ourselves into a box? It moves us then to the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is our hard work paying off. It's our time and our effort actually meaning something. It's our blood, sweat, and tears. And so here, when we face our fears, when we have our doubts, and then we start to focus on what we love, what we want, what inspires us, it's like, oh, I haven't been through this war zone for nothing. I haven't been through this fear and this doubt for nothing. I get to have the inspiration, the beauty, the joy that I want because I've worked so hard for it. And this is also a time where we start to kind of fall in love with our paths, our past, our path. And so with the forgiveness, it's like, okay, yeah, it might have taken me longer than I had wanted. It might have, hit me harder in some areas than others. And I might not have always have been the very best person that I wanted to be. Get it. Human. Failed. Erred. That's life. But when it comes to my career, when it comes to the way that I'm moving forward, when it comes to the prosperity, I've done darn well. Because I've learned so much more than the person who had everything handed to them. And I've fought so much longer than I thought I could. So there's a gravitas, there's a tenacity, there's a brilliance to you as you stand before what you desire, as you take this gift. It's like, I am better than I imagined, I am more than I thought, and the road starts to open. The Two of Wands in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it is the person holding the world, looking out at the sea. The sea is the great, expanse. We hold the world in our hands. We can. We can hold our world, our desires, our hopes, and our dreams, and we do. Yes, life throws us curveballs, and life can be tremendously unfair. But when it comes to our career, right now we're walking through a door. We're at a tipping point. Things start to change. The way we see ourselves within the world starts to change. This is what's rooting us. It's like, I'm not going to finish where I started. I am moving further along than I imagined during this time. There's a shift that's going on. So from the beginning of April to the end of April, you're not going to be in the exact same place. You might not be that different, but there's a shift going on emotionally, personally, powerfully. That's like, oh, I see it now. I see it and I see me, which is more important. I see who I am. I see where I'm headed. I see what I desire. I'm kind of staying in my lane, right? I'm not getting involved in everybody else's nonsense and chaos. And I'm looking at how I've traversed the broken road before. And I'm seeing where I did it really well, and also where I'm like, oh, no, thank you. I can't do that again to myself. I'm looking at my fears. I'm looking at what has overwhelmed me. I'm looking at what has inspired me. And I'm still marching forward towards what I love, what I need, what I desire, and where I stand. My hard work, my discipline, my dedication, it hasn't been for nothing. We're crowned with a payoff, and the payoff comes. Now, the spirit message here for you, Libra. Spirit message for Libra. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Spirit message for Libra, money and career. Okay, you have 2. Wish and focus. Focus on what you're wishing for. Focus on what it is you greatly desire, because that's the way it's going to start to come. Focus on the wish that you have within your soul, within yourself. The beauty of it, the abstraction of it. It can be, I want to be successful. It's like, okay, great. How do I become successful? Because the way that one person is successful and the way that another person is successful is completely different. And also the way we judge success is completely different. It's all based on the individual. Focus on what you wish for. Focus on what inspires you, what moves you forward. The wishes and the desires. The spirit animal message. Libra. Spirit animal message for Libra. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. The turkey spirit. Give with gratitude and grace, not only to everybody else, but to yourself. As you're building, as you're cultivating, as you're creating, give with gratitude and grace. Don't let people make you feel like you're a disappointment, or like you just can't do it, or what you're doing is so silly, what you dream of is just absurd. No. Give to yourself with gratitude and grace. And instead of projecting, always into the future, right? Which is something I have a terrible time with. It's like being here in the now. I was meditating upon this today, and Spirit was saying to me, you only have this moment. And those words kept on tumbling through my head. You only have this moment. It's like with everything, give with gratitude and grace, because you have this moment. You don't know what the next moment will be. You don't know how things will change or how things will move. So give with gratitude and grace in this moment. Open up your eyes. Open up the doors. Be kind to yourself and let the wealth come in. Because there's also a sense here of having been kicked in the teeth before. And it's like, well, I don't want that. So I'll play it safe. And it's not saying to take undue risks, but it is saying here to let yourself be inspired and emboldened and not to be held back by hurts and pains, disappointments and failures that were beyond your control. Your subconscious chakra message. This is Spider Spirit. Make your dreams real. It is time to weave your reality, because that's what we all do. We see the world through our eyes, and that's what we need to do. Here, weave your dreams. Make your dreams part of your waking world. Even if they get crushed down, even if the spider's web blows away, start weaving your dreams again, but this time knowing more, seeing more, understanding more. It leads us to our subconscious spirit message, which is manifest. It is time to manifest what we desire. Manifestation gets laughed at. It's like, oh, okay, I just dream it and all of a sudden it becomes. It's like, no, it doesn't. It takes a lot of hard work and a lot of effort and a lot of discipline and walking through a lot of disappointments. But when we are focused on a dream and we can see it within our minds don't know the difference between reality and make-believe, which is scary and also really cool. When we're manifesting, when we're focusing, when we're putting into the vortex of the world what we don't want, and we're starting to see what we really do, our mind can see us walking forward in a way that inspires, in a way that, has us kind of awed. And if we start walking that road in our minds, we can start taking the risks to walk that road in reality. It moves us to our subconscious chakra message, which is angels and masters, angels and divinity. You're being protected during this time. This is not the solar plexus. This is the soul star chakra. And this is your angels wrapping their wings around you, saying, I know you're afraid. I know it's overwhelming, but I'm here. And I can see more clearly than you ever can. Embrace it and understand it. I will not let you fall, not in the way you think. Your subconscious person message is the King of Pentacles, is the person who takes this gift and says, yes, it's mine. You know, it's right here in the back of his throne. This is mine. This is seeing things interconnectively. This is looking at the bigger picture and it's like, oh wow, I didn't see it like that before. The King of Pentacles is also a person who thinks, again, just like the Queen of Pentacles, it has to be done just like this. I know it's right. You don't understand. And so you're going to meet people who poo-poo you. That's fine. Let them doubt. Let them have their doubts. Let them have their fears. Let them live in that. You live in your prosperity and in your dreams. And you watch them grow because you walk slowly, steadily, and methodically forward. Your subconscious tarot message is the Nine of Wands. People will try to oppose you. Everybody will have their opinion, and it will become overwhelming. Don't fall prey to what everybody else is saying. Don't listen so much. Don't worry so much. Start to look at what you desire. Make a plan. Make sure it's logical. Set yourself up well. Don't be foolish. But now it's time not to listen to everybody else's way of doing things. It's time to look at your way forward and to let that inspiration guide you. All right, Libra. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we take in these blessings of prosperity. And we let ourselves embrace hope, embrace joy, embrace wealth without the fear, being so ready to snatch it all away. All right. So now take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Libra.